We acknowledge the Kaurna people as the traditional custodians of the Adelaide region, and we pay our respects to all elders past, present and emerging. Welcome to Behind the Content podcast with myself, Lex.
And me, Mads.
Both experts in content creation with a combined 16 years of experience.
Join us as we bring you behind the scenes of our lives as business owners, deep diving into the rise of iPhone wedding content, aligning with your purpose, the wedding industry and everything in between.
You will hear from industry experts, talented creators, as well as couples sharing their journeys and insights from their own weddings.
Get comfy and let's grow together as we cover all things wedding content and more weekly.
Okay, welcome to episode 7.
New look, new us.
Oh my God, so exciting. We're going to do, obviously we're set up differently today, as you can see.
Yeah, now I can just eye you down.
Yeah. We are testing this out, I guess, we did a webcam podcast recording and that'll be the next episode 8, with a creator from Las Vegas. So very excited for you guys to hear that.
She was so lovely.
So nice. So pretty.
Love is in the air.
She was stunning. Very keen for that. So yeah, that'll be great. And then what we're going to do now is a bit of a life update. Maddie,
what's new?
What's your news?
3 weddings this weekend.
Damn.
It was super fun.
3? Have you had 3 before?
No, first time having that many on the same day. So I wasn't nervous because I knew that they were ready to go, but I was still it's just crazy, letting the reins go a bit. It's like when I don't have children, but I assume when people have children, they send them off to school or
letting
something.
you run free.
But no, they did so amazing, so happy. Yeah, and one was for a supplier as well, so that was nice to just be able to get them in the zone of all content for a florist. It was a huge, beautiful job.
Did you do this one?
No, I did. I was with Rochelle Casson Photography at not Beresford. That's where the florist was. Carrick Hill.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, love it.
Love Rochelle.
Yeah, so nice. And then also, I was on my way here today, and there was a huge traffic jam. Usually what would take me 20 minutes took me an hour and 50 minutes because everyone in Adelaide was backed up all the way to the north because of a seal. Apparently someone ran into a seal.
That's not funny, but...
It's not funny, but it was just making its way across the expressway and splat.
I don't know how. I would love to know. I guess it's going to come out tonight and on the news. Yeah. Because there was a fucking seal.
Watch Channel 9, guys.
That got run over.
How
or
sad.
A small cow, as you said.
Yeah, well, the first post... Because originally, the first post I saw when I woke up was, don't go this way because someone has either run over a seal or a small cow.
How do they know?
And I was like, okay, well, I'll avoid that when the maps told me to go that way. And I went the other way, and then all the traffic was banked up. So I was like, okay, maybe my knowledge of roads is not very good and I went the wrong way. But I'm pretty sure I just go this way every time.
That's so strange.
Crazy. Yeah. How about you? What's new?
Oh, well, I didn't get stuck in a traffic jam with a seal. What's new? My hair's different, so that's fun.
Very pretty.
Thank you.
Love it.
You know what? I think I'm bringing you back 2010 Lex.
Yeah.
Because this was the vibe if you were in high school between, 2008 and 2012. Mm-hmm. The side part was a thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, side part's back, I think, as well, because, I was wearing my hair in the middle for so long. Mm-hmm. And I've got, quite a long face, a love heart-shaped face. Yes. So it just makes it look longer when it's, in the middle. So I think having it to the side, even though it's frizzy as fuck today, it just kind of rounds it out a bit. I'm just looking at my hair now.
Just little fit
what
check.
Is it?
We haven't done a fit check yet.
Yeah, literally, I've got so much product in my hair, it's not funny.
My hairstyle's inspired by 3 days of no washing, so...
Yeah, there's so much dry shampoo and texture spray in this thing. It's nuts. So, Frizz City, guys.
Entrepreneurial life with no time to wash out.
What else is new? Can't remember off the top of my head because classic Lex didn't write anything down as per usual. I got this new ring from
It's so
Crystal
pretty.
Wave.
I was looking at that.
Yeah.
I love Crystal Wave.
Yeah.
It's the best.
So good.
I
If
could
you've ever
spend
been
all
to,
day.
if you're in Adelaide and there's this place near Grange Beach called Crystal Wave, it's on Grange Road.
Mm-hmm.
It is like walking into the woo-woo. It's called Crystal Wave, okay? Like, they're not hiding anything.
No.
There's crystals, there's essential oils, they sell sage in like the big joint looking things.
Used to get
dream catchers.
the selenite
selenite.
that you stick to your phone to emit all the negative energy.
You can stick it to your phone.
Yeah, there's like it's stuck on here and it emits the electromagnetic waves.
Going back to Crystal Wave. But yeah, they sell books and stuff. So I got some like what's the incense and I was just buying some things, and then I was at the counter and they have all this jewelry in the counter, and I was like, oh, these are cool. And I'm in my jewelry era. And I saw this. Well, I looked in like the aquamarine section first, obviously, classic. Pisces, March Pisces. And I was like, I'm kind of drawn to this side of the cabinet. And then I saw the citrine underneath it, which is this, like, if you can see, probably not. But it is like that yellow crystal. And then they had this is like the raw crystal. So it's not polished or anything like that, but it's just that chunky kind of cool, different things. And I tried it on and I was like, yeah, this is sick. Like, I'm not really a silver person, but this is, it's got the yellow in it. I was like, it goes to my hair. Like, it's just...
beachy vibes.
And I was like, what does citrine mean? And she was like, oh, it's all about abundance and like wealth. I was like, I'll fucking take it.
Take it.
Okay, give me
everything.
I'll throw
abundance,
my money at you.
prosperity, all of it.
And it only was like $40.
That's so
for two
good.
For two crystals. I was
Do you know
like,
what? I have that same mindset. I walk in and I'm like, oh, it's only $10. It's only $40. This is only $25. This is, by the time I leave,
So
it's
they were
like
quite-
$700,000. But
I dropped like $200 in one go, but birthday money.
birthday money.
But yeah, I was like, I haven't really not worn it since I bought it, and that was like a week ago. I just keep looking at it. I'm like, this is so sick. Like, I'm just really happy with my
Really drawn
purchase.
to
You know,
it?
when you're just like happy with when you buy something, you're like, I'm really glad that I bought
I'm glad
it.
I did that.
That's
Which
the
doesn't
ring.
happen often for me. I impulse buy.
You have regret.
My
Buyer's
sister-in-law
regret.
calls me an opportunist buyer. Like, I won't
What do you
go
mean?
shopping. Like, I'm not a shopper. I won't
Yeah.
just go out on a trip and want to go shopping.
Right.
I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
And if we're in Melbourne or Sydney, I'm not like, I
You
don't
go
want to go
DFOs.
shopping.
Yeah.
Which sucks because then I don't get all the nice stuff. But when she's there and she's shopping, she'll go in and look at everything and second guess everything and not really buy anything because she's like a real thinker with money. And I'm like, yoink, yoink,
like thinks
that's
about money.
cute, yoink. And she's there telling me that looks cute and that looks cute. So I leave
So
with like
she's
5
encouraging
bags.
you.
Yeah.
She's an enabler, is what
She's
she
an
is.
enabler.
Yeah.
She
Oh,
lets
wow.
me spend my money.
Well, speaking of that, I went to Harbour Town on the weekend. So if you're not from Adelaide, Harbour Town is basically like the DFO outlet store in South Australia. And it's all right, actually. Like, there's some decent shops there now. And Chic is there, which is like a real upgrade for Adelaide. Like, we don't get nice shops.
No, we don't.
So I bought some pants. I bought a blazer. I bought these jeans. Oh my
They
God.
are nice jeans, actually.
Dude.
They go well around the shoes. I was looking
My
at the shoes because
God.
jeans and sneakers for
I know.
me.
It's a sneeze
It's a hard
situation.
line.
Yeah, but also I'm going to kill this line in a minute if it lands on me. I have been looking for jeans. I have one pair of jeans that I got from Cotton On 6 years ago, shit you not, and they got to go.
Gotta go.
And I was wearing them the other day and I'm like, I just struggle with jeans. Like, I'm a curvy girl. Like, my waist is a 14, my hips are a 16. I can never find a good pair of jeans. It's been a disaster class for me for the last like 18 months trying to find them.
Yep.
And I just gave up. I really did. And Cotton On was our last stop in Harbour Town. We were there for 3 hours. Joshua was being the bag holder
Good job,
sitting
Josh.
with the guys. And you know when you like walk past, it was like we were going to Glassons.
Yeah.
And I was going into Glassons and there's just this like bank of men sitting on the benches with all the bags
You're the
on
real
their phone.
MVPs.
I was like, I'm so sorry. You're going to have to go and sit over there in the pool of men. Lucky the footy was on because the Crows were playing. So I was like, you just go over there, watch the Crows, go and stress yourself out. That's fine.
It's like
I will be
man babysitting. Go sit with the TV.
I'll be trawling through all of the size 8s that were in Glassons.
Yeah.
So good times. I was in and out of there in like 5 minutes. I was like, I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, long story long. Went into Cotton On last 10 minutes they're closing. Out of this massive fucking pile of like jeans that were just thrown on this. Oh, it was ridiculous. Yep. And I was like trawling through trying to find my size, and I found like 3 pairs of jeans that were my size.
Good.
I'm lining up to try them on, and then literally there's 3 people in front of me, about 10 people behind me, and she's like, I'm sorry ladies, after this person, like the next person in line, we're shutting down the change rooms. I was like,
guess I'm buying all of them.
Are you serious? I'm meant to try these jeans on. So I was like, all right, Joshua, like I'm really going to just try and like eyeball it. And then like look
safe.
at the...
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this never works out for me. And I was trying to put it against me and then like measure the crotch area, because like the hardest thing is like... I'm going to get detailed here, guys.
Yeah.
My vagina gets like... I don't want to say it gets like smothered, but you know, when you put tight pants on, it fits everywhere else, and then you sit down.
I know, and then it's like
it
really,
just like
tight. It's like it goes in. It's like
it feels choked. Like it's like not breathable. It's uncomfortable.
Easy jeans.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god! And I put these on when I got home, and I was like,
this is amazing.
I was like on the verge of tears. I was like, oh my god, Joshua, they fit me like in the waist, they fit me in the bum. I can
in the vagina.
In the vagina, they fit. Like, what the fuck is going on? I was just like in shock for about 5 minutes.
God, that is the best.
And they were full price as well.
Wow.
And I was like, hallelujah.
So you know what opportunist Maddie would have done in that situation?
What, bought all the jeans?
All the jeans.
Because he's like, can you take them back if they're... I was like, yeah, they're full price, like, whatever. And then, yeah, literally so cute, boot cut, because there were so many skinny jeans. Like...
ew. What are we, 2001?
No. Yeah.
No.
Exactly. No, it's, 2012.
No offense, everyone that wears skinny jeans, because I occasionally have to.
It's just not...
But it's not a
It
vibe.
was in for so long, and I'm so glad that it's out. Anyway.
See ya.
So that's my life update.
That was a good update.
I found jeans after fucking 18 months, and I'm so thrilled about it. And I spent so much money at Harbour Town. I had a voucher though, so
I need to go to the district.
Technically free money.
That's like the north.
The district. I've heard some mixed reviews.
Yeah, same.
But
I did get a lot of clothes for Europe very cheap.
Of course. There.
And then I left all of them there. Not all of them, a lot of them.
Why?
We did sell Croatia and
like
shit just got so destroyed.
You left it in Europe.
Like
your
some of
clothes.
the cheap stuff, yeah, like the crop tops, because it was all very cheap stuff, and some of it got.
And
left
that's why
behind.
it's not good to buy, because then you just end up.
But it looked
making
cute.
more shit.
It looked so
and you waste
cute.
money.
And Mum was shopping with me, and she's like, "That looks cute. That looks
Okay.
cute. That looks cute. Buy it all."
But because you didn't spend money on it, you left it there.
No. That is not
You
what
just said because it was cheap.
Not because. Yeah, okay. That sounds really bad. Mum,
If you spent
I didn't
money
leave all
on
my
it,
clothes
if you
there.
invested in your clothing,
I still would have left it there because.
Surely not.
Yeah, I did. I would have, because they were very worn out.
Right.
And
Because they
I'd
were
been
cheap.
jumping in the ocean every single day, and
With your clothes on?
with my bikinis on, and like
Oh,
colour was
right.
fading,
Okay.
and it was like
Cheap bathers.
cheap. Yeah. No, the tops and stuff. Like when I
'Cause
put
they
the
were
tops over the bathers, and like I'm wearing wet clothes, and I'm trunching through the towns, and the pants are all worn out, like the cottony pants.
I wonder why.
Because they were from Supre, and it was it was a sale. They were selling everything for like $5.
Putting 2 and 2 together here.
The story is aligning. So
Anyway.
no, yeah, I
Wow.
didn't leave it there because it was Mum's money. That sounds really mean of me.
Poor mum. Yeah, okay. Should we get into some cards?
Yes.
Okay, we've got different cards today. They are a little bit shorter in the description than Maddie's
Hallelujah.
cards. So these are my cards that I got given for my birthday. It's Spirit Messages, Daily Guidance, Oracle Deck by John Holland. Also purchased for my birthday at Crystal Wave.
How
Classic.
good.
They have a lot of these cards.
The best.
Anyway.
They also do card readings there too, and they do.
they?
You
like
can have a
tarot
reading.
readings?
Yeah, like tarot readings.
Of course I
and stuff.
do.
Yeah,
Not surprised. They were really lovely though when I
it
was
was
in
so
there.
good.
So nice. And I bought like an abundance spray.
Oh,
Which was cute, so I sprayed that on myself this morning. And then I bought a selenite to charge my crystals. Is it when's the
Beautiful.
new moon?
so
New
I
moon,
feel like
full
it's today because of the seal and
The
the
seal
broken
and
down
the
cars
fucking-
and stuff. But maybe not.
Shit.
This morning, Monday, Manic Monday. What's that song?
Just another Manic
Just
Monday.
another Manic
Yeah.
Monday. Good
Right.
song.
Let's cut the deck. I'm going to do a spread.
Oh, I thought you were going to say spray. I'm like, I'll take the abundance spray.
Should bring the spray next time. Okay. Let's go with this one. For all of our readers. Give back.
Ooh.
That's the card today.
I like that.
Give back. Let's have a read of. There's a little description on there, but there is the book. Give back.
Drum roll. Oh, wait,
Like
no, that's
everyone
before you
can-
make a card.
Here we go. Today is the day to cast aside normal routines and make your main purpose to serve. It is about giving back without any thoughts or expectation of getting anything in return. Reach out and touch other people's spirits, as it's highly likely that someone really needs it today. This card comes forth as a gentle yet timely reminder to give back. The kindness you give or show to another will reinforce that person's belief and faith that there are people who really care. One simple act of kindness can create a ripple effect that can reach further than you could ever know. So true.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember a time when a random act of kindness changed your life? Such kindness deepens and enlightens the soul and produces rewards far greater than any material gain. Look for appropriate opportunities to share your energy and love with someone. A smile, a kind act, or even a compliment that comes from the heart and soul could be the best thing you could do for yourself today. You may have asked a question about obtaining something, but to prime the pump of abundance and to bring something into your life, it has to work both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. It's all about giving and receiving. Trust that the universe knows of your request and will bring it to you with its own divine timing. Acts of reaching out or giving back can replenish you with courage, hope, and inspiration and strength, and at times can also provide a new direction. By touching people's lives, you're opening the door to miracles. Wow.
Miracles.
Miracles.
That was
a
actually
good
really
one.
nice. I like that. That was good. And I feel like
A
this
timely
podcast
reminder
is
for
a
y'all.
way of giving back. Like,
We are trying to give.
this is not paid. This is
No.
like we do this because we just
doing
love
this out of our own
weddings and the industry. And you
time.
guys, yeah.
the time that we so greatly have
I've got lots.
so much of.
Lots of time. I actually
So
have
much
some. Do
time.
you want some of my time? I've got some time I
Yeah.
can give you.
It's like that. What's that movie with Justin Timberlake and he like you pay for time in your.
Oh,
Do you know
that's
that movie?
yeah. He runs through like the. I'm just picturing him running through a hallway, and it's just like it feels
People
like
know what we're talking
yeah.
about. Surely it came out in like 2010, 2012,
don't know.
something like that. Anyway,
Dunno.
money, currency is time. Blah blah blah. Anyway, I feel like
Literally.
it is. It's quite an interesting think
Concept.
about it concept because really all we have is time.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
you
time is
can
money.
make yeah. It's so important.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's kick off our episode for today.
Someone did ask for the question box some tea in the wedding industry. They want to know some tea,
Not coffee.
not coffee and tea. And I couldn't really put my finger on much. In America, the knot is kind of there's a big stuff happening with the knot, but
But not K-N-O-T.
KNOT.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there about people leaving and it's being like a toxic work environment and things. I think
Yeah.
I just saw a couple of reels on it
Yeah.
recently and then reading the comments.
I think vendors that have signed up and then nothing's been returned and stuff.
Yeah, or they're
like
like fake
links, leads.
fake leads, yeah, or
Yeah.
like bot leads and stuff, or like yeah.
Don't take our word for it. We
I mean-
actually have no idea. This is just hearsay, but yeah.
Just look up like the knot controversy or something on TikTok or
Very
Instagram, and
interesting. A lot happening in that
it'll
space.
come up for you.
But other than that, there's not a lot of tea.
Yeah,
Maybe some like green tea.
yeah.
green
Matcha.
flags. Matcha.
Yeah.
We'll let you know in a week's time. Something else might come out.
If anyone has tea
Yeah, let us know.
and they want to provide, I mean, that's not what this podcast
No,
is
we
about.
don't
We're
need
not
drama.
kind of when we started this, we were like, we don't want this to be another like a wedding supplier
Slagging.
podcast
Yeah, we're not here to slag.
where we talk about
But that tea
Couples
isn't
and
like
things or
about
other
content or couples. It's more just about things that are happening
I
in
think it's just wedding industry stuff. To be honest,
Yeah.
yeah, which is fine. That flies there. Should I get it?
Get it. I just saw two.
Two.
Yeah.
Such a little shit. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
You'll just see it floating around if you're watching this. Sorry.
And
good.
it was a 2-part answer.
Okay.
Tea
Question.
and question.
Oh, and
answer
myths.
to the question. And myths.
Myths. Myth busting. And I think if you have a question, which we could talk about some myths, which we will discuss today. I think that kind of ties in with our topic of the day. But if you have specific questions or like topics you want us to talk about, obviously all of the questions that come through are anonymous. So we won't say, oh, like this particular creator asked this question. Well,
No.
duh.
No.
But if you have specific things you want us to address, we would love to answer them, or at least like provide our 2 cents on it, or put it out there to the public as like, you know, opinion or things that people want to discuss more about on our page. That's all we're here for.
That's what we're here.
Open up the things.
Big sis chats.
Good times.
Good times.
Cool. Well, we've gotten lots of compliments on our podcast so far. That's been really nice.
Nice.
So cute. No, I think it's been really nice, even just running into people that are, you know, in podcasting, or they are in the wedding industry that have been listening.
Some people that don't even have any real interest in content that are still listening just because they want to listen. It's so nice.
Yeah, so thank you for that.
Much.
We really appreciate you guys listening, and it gives us, like, giving us feedback as well, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
Please,
we'll take it.
We want it, because we are still learning. You know, this is episode 7. So... yeah.
Like, I'm a photographer and I set the cameras up about 3 miles away from our faces for the first 7 episodes. Like, shit happens.
That's why you don't record 8 episodes in one go, because you just never know.
You just never know.
So, yeah.
Even though we kept filming and I just didn't change it.
It is what it is.
But I like this setup.
Me too. I think we're going to keep it. Let us know your thoughts. All right, Maddie. So what's this week's topic?
I think this is like the first episode that we've got like in the couples series. Just for couples.
Yes. I'm talking to you, couples.
Listen in. This is about setting expectations and what to expect from a wedding content creator for what you're booking. Like, what you're booking.
Who are you booking?
Who are you booking? What are you getting?
Why are you booking them?
Why are you booking them?
Yeah.
Expect it. Like, set your expectations. This is to help you have your expectations. This is what you should expect.
And understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, very important, because we've had some experiences, some interesting ones,
for sure.
Yeah. So, for example, if you're booking a 2-hour wedding, or you only want a content creator for like the ceremony or something.
Yeah, one part of your day.
The reels you're seeing on our pages, like a full day highlight, it's gonna be a lot of repetition.
Repetition, yeah, because there's only so much content that you can capture in the 2 hours that you've been allocated.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you haven't put in all the money that a full wedding day has, like all the styling and coordination and all that stuff, if there's only one little thing to capture or 2 little things to capture, it's going to be a bit tricky.
I just think knowing what your wedding is going to look like versus what is your expectation in your fantasy.
Yeah, it's so important.
Versus what is the expectation of the fruition of your budget.
Yeah.
So if you're having a lower budget wedding, for example, like, that's cool. More power to you. Happy we do them.
Yep.
Like we shoot them. But the couples know, yeah, okay, I'm doing a DIY cake, or I'm doing the stationery myself, or, you know, what's important to you. You know, it might not be the details, because they're like, oh, well, I just made that, so you don't really need to capture that. That's fine. We want it to be focused more on
us,
the people, or us, or the party, or whatever is going to be important for you to look back on the next day and forever.
Yeah.
So if you're not putting in... And this is where if you're not putting in the time and the money into specific things, then it's not going to
replicate that feeling.
Because content doesn't hide anything. That's the thing.
It's raw.
It's raw as fuck.
Raw as fuck.
It's like photographers can delete and remove things from the background, or make a color look brighter or duller, or whatever. They can manipulate it. Videographers can do the same in terms of color grading and making it more of a vibe and really getting into the nitty gritty of the editing. It's why it takes a longer time, obviously, than content.
Yeah.
And that's why you pay them more money.
Yeah.
because it looks like a cinematic experience of your wedding. It looks more elevated than what it actually was in real life.
Yeah.
Content is what it is. Like, it literally is reflecting what your day looks like, as much as you can try to edit things as, you know, it's the very trueness of what the day is going to
We need to tell a story,
reflect.
and the story that we're telling is not making up any lies. Like, your day is not a lie.
Yeah.
We have to tell the story, how it happened.
Yeah, and I think some couples might have a certain vision in their mind of like how you think you're going to look on the day, or
TikTok
how
and Pinterest are misleading.
It's so fucking hard. Yeah, because then you have this like idea. I mean, I'm all about I'm a Pisces, okay? Like fantasy, I live in fantasy world.
Same, I'm a Cancer.
Yeah, like I've got to bring myself back into reality and be like, okay, like slow your roll, girl. Like, you have this idea in your mind of like how the day is going to go, or how it's going to look, and how you're going to look, and how this is going to look, and how people are going to, you can't control that stuff. You know, you can do the things that you can do leading up to it, but it's going to look how it's going to look. And with content, it's going to capture every little nitty gritty detail in raw.
The good, the bad, the ugly. We did a wedding not long ago for an influencer. She actually shared this on TikTok, so I can share it. And I arrived with the content creator, and because it was like a shadowing day, I was taking a back seat and she was taking the lead. And we show up, and she's got an ice pack on her head, and the door opens. I'm like, oh my God, what has happened? And she'd popped herself in the head with the champagne bottle.
Oh my God.
Like, the lid thing came out and banged her in the head. Keep your thumb on there, guys. Yeah.
Leave the cage on.
Yeah, literally.
So dangerous.
So dangerous. This was, that happened. So then someone said to her to take some Nurofen, and she did. But it wasn't Nurofen, it was sleeping tablets. And usually she takes a quarter of a sleeping tablet to fall asleep, or a half of a tablet. She took 2 whole ones.
2
whole ones. And she was freaking out, and I was like, oh my God. But she has like this content now, so her like video that she shared was like, she was able to show snips from the day, because it was just real and raw, and
that's what happened.
We're not hiding.
I mean, you don't have to show that stuff if you don't want to.
No, you don't
can
want
keep
to.
it for yourself.
Yeah, but it's memories. Like, we have to make the most of what we got, and she made the most of what she had. So just
make fun of yourself.
Yeah, have fun in the moment.
I think as well, touching on that, like, you're going to need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Like, know that how you show up on the day and what you expect from the day. I know it's a bit shit to say, like, keep your expectations low, but like, the lower your expectations are for how things are going to turn out and look, the less disappointed you'll be, the more in the moment you will become and present. You will actually be in your wedding day.
Literally just enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to being humble as well, like, and just a good connection person. Like, connect with your vendors, be humble. Yes, you expect the world, and if you've got a good team, they're going to want to give you the world. But it's not.
And give them some creative space, I think, as well. For that, you're hiring the professionals for a reason. Yeah. And if you're not hiring the professionals, then you know what you're doing. So
you pay for what you get. You get what you pay for.
With everyone. So not just content. But yeah, I think on that point of have an idea in your head of what you would obviously like it to look like, but be realistic. Like, based on your budget, based on what you're doing, based on how much time you're getting a creator in for, just have that expectation of like, okay, I know I'm not booking a videographer, for example. They might not book a videographer. And I had a bride, we did a bigger wedding. It was at Kingsford. It was a beautiful day. Beautifully done. They put a lot of detail into it. Like, they had a really great planner, great photographer, like all this stuff, just to a T. She had a second dress. It was just like this next level thing, right? Yeah. But she didn't want a videographer because she just said that's just not really our vibe as a couple. Like, she's a business owner. She's like super into content just on its own anyway. So she's like, I just love the rawness of the content and getting the real stuff. And she's very like real and authentic as a person. Obviously not that people who book a videographer are not. Real, Maddie over here booked a videographer. So.
I did. I love videography.
So I think this couple were just like, we want a content creator, and we were there for 8 hours. Yeah. And it was amazing. And she was sending me inspo links, as they do. Like, I encourage that, or our couples to send us links or DMs with all the reels inspo. She sent me like 15 links.
Wow, that's helpful though.
She's like, I can't stop. But she gave me so much good, like literally the reel that we made for her is how I want to edit from now on. Like she was able to like bring in a couple of different things that I was like, oh, if we could pull this off, it's going to be really cool, and I'm going to start training my girls on doing this for the edits.
How good.
Anyway, so great. She was great. But she did send through a couple of reels that were from videographers. So they're videographer pages, and they made it into a reel, and, you know, it was like someone blowing the dust off of the vows or something where, you know, it was the entrances into the bridal, you know, into this reception, things like this. And I was like, hey, like, and I literally replied to those specific videos, and I was like, just so you know, this is a videographer video. What do you like about this video? Because it's not going to look like this. Like, I was literally like, I need to cover my ass here. She's like, no, I know.
Oh, good.
So she was super like, oh, I know what a videographer is versus a content creator. I know what I'm getting myself into. Because she's like, trust me, I know. I'm like, okay, just checking.
Glad we covered that.
But I was like, what do you like about these reels? If you're sending me this, obviously I can't execute that. So what is it that you like about it? Do you like the music? Do you like how they've shot it? Do you like that there's a voiceover? What is it about it? And she specified, which was great. So then we nailed it. She got the content back. She was fucking thrilled with it. So happy. And I'm really happy with how it all turned out as well. Like, didn't have to make any edits on, like, or give the girls notes. I was like, this is perfection. Literally a dream come true for me.
So good.
So I was, just super happy. And that's the difference, I think, in expectations and knowing and doing some research and educating yourself as a couple on the difference. Because obviously there's a price difference, but there's a reason that there's a price difference. Do you know what? I
commented on something. I don't know where the comment is. I should have prepared it, but I actually read it and I was like, this makes so much sense to me now. Like, saying it out loud is like someone asking about if they should have videographer, content creator. Again, this conversation comes up for the 50th time, but it's so important. And I was like, yes, right now, content, and even in the future, content will always be amazing to have, and it's going to be awesome for your socials and for you to look back on. But in 10, 20, 30 years time, when your grandkids or your future, like, daughter-in-law or son-in-law and your kids are getting married and they want to see your wedding video, do you want to watch it in the lounge room with someone? Like, do you want to have it on your TV and look back on your day in like a cinematic way? And yes, in the moment you might be like, I don't want to have cameras on me all day and I don't want to feel like that. And it is about how you feel. So if that's important, don't do it. But also, if you want that day captured in a way to share and make it like an heirloom,
in that way,
then you need a videographer.
So true.
Because I don't want to sit there in 10 years' time or 20 years' time and be like, yeah, kids, look at my wedding video.
Yeah, on my phone or like whatever device it is in 20 years' time. Like on some screen or fucking hologram or something, right?
Exactly.
So the quality is going to be different. And it might be like iPhones from, 20 years from now, it will look like a Nokia photo,
I'll hold this up.
Right?
Just remember what this looks like.
Do you remember Motorola's? Like the Razor with the first, it had the camera in
Very
there.
strong phones though. They didn't break.
Strong. I had a pink one. So cool.
I had the web slider.
So cool in 2007.
We were both so cool.
Vibes. But that's what I mean. So yes, content is going to age over time and it's going to develop. So even, looking back at stuff from 2 years ago, so different now in like how we even edit versus how we shoot and things like this. It's going to evolve. But the quality in this camera, for example, versus this camera, it's chalk and cheese.
Yeah.
So I think just giving it couples an awareness of like, it's okay if you don't want video. It's okay if you don't want a content creator, but just
be aware.
Like it's the one day that you are spending, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again, you're spending so much money on every single thing in your wedding. Whether you have a bigger budget or not, you're still spending money. Yeah. You're still putting time and effort and resources into your wedding day, regardless of how big or small it is.
Would you pay house insurance if your house, like, yes, you would pay for house insurance. Would you pay for car insurance? Yes. Would you pay insurance of memories? It's memory insurance.
Memory insurance. I like that. That is bloody wedding insurance, memory insurance. Like, you are going to look back on everything, whether it's photo, video, content, all three of them. You're going to be cherishing those memories forever because that's the only thing that has captured that in time. So, and I guess like from a recent experience and experiences that we've had anyway, with weddings or like smaller ceremonies where there's no photographer, then just know that a creator is usually not a director. They're not a photographer. They're not usually trained in photo anyway, in terms of like the proper framing
I still say
and lighting.
Like, I feel bad if a couple, like I haven't had a couple that have said, oh, you do photography, like if people want photos of their photos on the day, will you do some family photos and organise that? And I said, no, I'm so sorry.
As a content creator?
Yeah. I was like, unless you book photos, unfortunately, no. And I'm not saying that to be difficult. I'm just saying that because our focus will be content.
Job. Yeah.
Not. And family photos, that's a lot of effort. If I'm a content creator on the day and there's a photographer doing family photos, I know that I'm going to go get them some water and I'm going to run it to them because sometimes they're in full sun shooting like 20 family photos.
And it takes 45 minutes sometimes to do family photos. People don't realise that.
Yeah. And coordinating the group and the people and
who listens and who doesn't listen. And
I've got some funny content of Chelsea from Easy as Event. She won't care that I say it. She's like, Uncle John, come. And it's just so funny watching it. I can't wait to make a little reel of it. But she's just so good. Yeah. But yeah, it's a whole thing. It's not just a couple family photos.
And people don't respond to people's voices that they don't know either because they think they're talking about someone like, hey, like Maddie. Yeah. But you wouldn't know my voice. So you're not going to associate that with like your cousin who's calling you over for photos. So just a little thing, be aware. And make sure that people know who the person is that's calling their name. Yeah. If you can.
And if you want 2 family photos or 3 family photos, the people at your wedding don't care about that. They all want photos with you. So they'll be like, oh, you don't want a photo with all your cousins? And then you'll probably end up getting a photo with all your cousins.
Then I'll be like, okay. Everyone's dressed up. Everyone's put the time in, the effort, gotten all dressed to the nines. Like, they want to cherish it as well. So anyway.
Digress,
yeah. But if you've got a smaller budget wedding, or it's not a wedding, it's just a ceremony or something along those lines of an elopement. Like we've done elopements before out in, I think where was it? Kaipo or something like this. I can't quite remember. And it was literally just the couple, the celebrant, and our creator had to be the witness for one of them. There was a photographer there actually, sorry. So there was the photographer and our creator, and they were the witnesses for the couple. Oh my god! There's literally just 5 people there. That was it.
That is so cool.
Yeah, but it was a secret ceremony. Yeah. So they haven't announced it, which is cool. But literally, so these things happen, and it's like, well, if we didn't have the photographer there, I would be a bit more reserved on like booking that at all. Even though we're only there for 1 or 2 hours, 2 hours minimum. It's a bit like, our creator is not there to direct. They're not there to tell you or try to pose you. Also, like, the thing I think that gets missed sometimes is that photographers are working so hard, months and months and months, and even 18 months, 2 years before the wedding actually happens, to build the rapport and the relationship with the couple, to make them comfortable, to pose them, to get them laughing, to make them feel at ease. And it's like, if a creator,
and it's people
probably doesn't meet someone, or like one of our girls, they only really know them by like face on our socials. If they're the only person there, it is going to be harder. And I feel like I've probably let down some people when we've done that, where we haven't had the photographer, and I probably didn't understand that they weren't having a photographer, and I didn't understand that what their expectations were. So it was like, okay, a really big lesson for me to be like, okay, next time if something like this happens where there's no photographer,
you can set their expectations, or
set expectation really early and ask the question, because I just assumed. And that was my, assuming makes an ass out of you and me, right? So
we've all been there.
We've been there. So we're still learning here, people. But what I want to say is, like, my lessons from that were also being able to get the creator involved more early in the piece and understand what the couple actually wants out of that. Yeah.
And photography is also like not many. I don't want to say no one is
we can't
born
replace
with
you.
the.
We would never replace a
it's
photographer.
Like literally managing a project. The photographer manages pretty much the whole day, apart from a planner. Like they are people management, getting people in the right spots, making sure you get your shots. It's like, and they talk all day. Whereas like when I do content creation, I get excited because I get to be a bit like more creative and behind the scenes. Like with Photo G, you are creative. That's the whole point of the job, but it's
very
people
interactive.
Watching you constantly,
extremely interactive. Yeah,
and looking to you for advice and help. And that with content, we don't have to be that role all the time,
which is amazing. We love you. We love you guys. We love photographers. We love videographers. Like, we're here for you.
I love.
We love you because you make our job easier.
100%. We
know this. Okay, we will never deny that. But yeah, it is harder sometimes when you are being asked to do the job that is really not what the industry calls for. I think there's some content creators that are happy to direct.
Yeah. But when you have a team like we do, it's not really fair of us to just expect the girls to go there and pay them what they're getting paid and then lead.
And then start butting in. Yeah. I think
like
there's
that's
moments,
what they signed up
like
for.
we said last time, if the photographer's having a bit of a lull in creative thinking, or, they ask you. That's cool.
Yeah.
But I think jumping in when not directed or not, it's not your turn.
Yeah.
So couples, just be aware of that stuff. What else have we got for these couples today?
Are you getting the same content from a content creator that you would be getting from a videographer or photographer saying that they offer content? So
try saying that 5 times fast. So are you...
If
so
you've
what do you
booked
mean?
a wedding photographer or a videographer and they say, we offer content...
As a service. Sure, which happens.
Look
which
into
is happening.
it. It is happening all the time, and it's cool.
Ask them.
Yeah, it's so cool, because if you're just after that raw, like, behind the scenes, that's so cool. But not all photographers and videographers with their content are offering, like, the luxury zooms and the nice, like... feeling with their reels and stuff. What
do they mean by
they're just
content?
sticking it on their phone and pressing
sometimes
play.
They do.
Sometimes they do.
And it's just BTS. It's just BTS of them doing their job.
Yeah, which is originally what we kind of were, but it's evolved. It's always evolving, and now it requires 15 hands and we still only have 2 hands.
But like content creation isn't sticking a GoPro on your head and calling it a day. Like, that's just BTS of you doing your job. Yeah. Which I get that you can offer that. I don't know, it depends. If it's content and there's another person there, getting another angle, and it's not just your phone sitting on your camera.
That's what I mean, look into it. If you can look into it and they do have a separate person, what do they mean? Great.
Yeah, for sure. So on, going on to that, I think it is about, asking for examples, asking for previews of like, okay, well, before you go and book a content creator, because I've had this before where I've had couples literally book me in, sign the contract, and then a week later they're like, oh, actually, we need to cancel because our videographer offers content and we didn't know that it was in the package. So I'm like, okay, well, read the package that you paid for, like, first and foremost. Yeah. And then ask them, what does that mean? What do I get included in it? What are the examples? What's the style? Because the style is also very different. So is it actually the style that you want? Because the videographer has their style, but their content style might be different to what you're expecting or what you've seen. If you're approaching someone like us, the content style might be different to what they're offering or what we're offering. So just do your research.
Do you want planned TikToks? If you want planned TikToks, are they going to stop doing their job to do planned TikToks?
Yeah, no.
Not often.
But yeah, everyone's different, and a lot of video and photo teams are offering content now as a separate service, and I think that warrants a separate person, because if you're paying for a separate service, there should be another body involved. I don't know, just, like handling multiple cameras. I don't know, done it before and would never do it again. Yeah, so just check, because it can happen, and then you might be disappointed.
I used to do it, like as a photographer. I used to have 2 camera bodies, and then with my phone I was trying to get BTS throughout the whole day, and I was still trying to be creative and do like the zooms and the nice stuff.
You can't concentrate on 2 things.
No, the quality was not in both of them as high as I wanted to be.
Yeah,
so
as soon you're not focusing on one thing.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
putting all of your creative energy into one thing, one camera.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I would say is really important to note, because as more and more photographers and videographers offer it, there is going to be some differences in the offering. So yeah, if content is important to you and you know what you're going to get from the packages, from booking someone separate to your photo video team, like just know that they're probably going to have a third person there anyway. So you may as well like book someone that you actually want to be there to get the specific product that you want. So yeah, the bodies are going to be the same amount. So yeah. Just do your research, do due diligence, look at reviews.
Reviews are important.
Read the reviews. Yeah, good things.
Yeah. If you have booked a content creator, try keep them in the loop with your media team.
Please CC us in.
Yeah, CC them in.
Or get
give
the
them
planner
a
to
timeline.
CC us into the timelines. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
how many
so important.
How many emails I get.
A good content creator will do that
out.
themselves down the track if they need to, but if you're on top of that from the start, you don't worry about hiring someone that won't do that and then things going wrong in the day.
Well, like even something that happened a couple of weeks ago that we didn't know about. Literally, the couple sent us the timeline that week, which is usually the final timeline. And then like our creator went, you know, because in our timeline and in everything that all of the information was leave the ceremony venue at this time to follow the guests, and the bridal party are going to follow. And then meet everyone at the reception venue for a canapé hour before reception started. And our creator did what she did. It was on the timeline, as in the PDF timeline, as well as in the timeline brief that I provided her. And she said that she's like, I don't know where the couple are. The bridal party kept saying they were a couple minutes away. Like, surely they're nearby, blah, blah. It's only a 5-minute drive between the 2 venues.
Wow.
And she's like, she texted me at like an hour later. She's like, they just rocked up. They went and did portraits. I was like, fuck. Are you telling me that we missed portraits because they did portraits at the venue and didn't, like, no one said anything? And it was based off of the fact, I think there was a new timeline that came out.
Like, sometimes that happens the day before.
And it does happen the day before or the day of. And I'm like, and I was looking through all my emails and I was stressing out.
Oh, God.
I was like, fuck.
Why was this?
Where was that? Where was that information? And she was freaking out because she was like, oh my God, now I don't have anything for the romantic recap because it's usually with the portraits, so we do that. I'm like, fuck.
Damn it.
Shit.
But
anyway,
again,
they got some sunset photos. But I was like, even asked the photographer, and like I said to my creator, I was like, ask the photographer what happened. She's like, yeah, I think it was added on. And then I was like, okay, well, and then the cake cutting was meant to happen at this time. And then our creator was going to leave after the cake cutting. And she's like, the cake still hasn't been cut. The cake's, what's going on here? I'm like, go and ask the bride.
Oh my God.
Bride goes, oh yeah, we moved that on the timeline further back as well. I was like,
dude.
Oh my God. Like I know I sound really annoyed at the couple, but like
it's not that. It's just annoyed at ourselves because like then we can't offer what we wanted to offer.
It just didn't get what we had prepared for.
Yeah.
And things like this happen at weddings all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to prepare my creators for, like, sometimes you just got to fucking roll with it.
Yeah.
And the couple understand that, because if they're not getting, like, they've moved the timeline, they know that you're finishing at 8 o'clock and the whatever's happening after that has moved past that. You can either pay for the time to get there, or if they're like, nah, it's fine, then that's fine. And they were fine with that, which was cool. So I was like, okay, well, just go then, because you've gone past your time.
Yeah.
But I'm always like, communicate, check with the bride, like all these things.
Triple
and it's just
check.
like,
where are we going
and
now?
I felt like it was a missed opportunity for us to be capturing the content. But
and when you're trying to offer, like,
I felt bad, and I felt bad for the couple, because I was like, had we known, would have told her to stay. Like, it just, I was upset that it just, how it ended up. It's not anyone's fault.
No.
It's just that sometimes, that happens with content.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it. So these things happen. So couples, keep your creators in the loop, or tell your photographer to keep them in the loop as much as possible, because you're paying them to be there.
Yeah. And
it's
another
important.
thing I'm telling couples as well now in my emails is triple check everything is uploaded that you assume would be uploaded, like morning to night, or the start of the day time. Look at the times, start to end. Like, is everything there? Because from our end, yes, we back up and yes, we have systems in place, but systems can break down and things can happen. Shit happens. The world is a place where shit happens. It's fucked. And sometimes not everything might upload, and then a phone might be cleared and stuff is lost. So you need to check the files. And I would check within the 72-hour mark, because busy businesses would have like multiple weddings on every single weekend. So yeah, phones can only hold so much. That's and memory devices only hold so much, and transfer time
sometimes
takes
the
forever.
drives lie to you.
Yeah.
Like today when I got a message and it was like, oh, these last 5 videos didn't upload. It's like, oh, shit.
You little liar.
Yeah. Have we covered everything that we wanted to cover?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Just smashing through these topics.
Good times.
Good times.
Yeah, I guess if there's anything that comes up for you as couples or creators, you know, please send us a DM or leave a comment on Spotify, YouTube, all the things. We want to know if you want to send us a specific, like, listener question. We're open to those as well. Like if you want to get into a detailed, you know,
experience.
Yeah, we can read out your question and answer it.
We can
as
make
it
it
go.
Anonymous too. Like,
obviously. Anonymous. Yeah. So yeah, we will be doing those, so you can upload them whenever you want to our email. It's in our Instagram as well, but it's behindthecontentpod@gmail.com. I feel like we need a proper email sooner or later, but we'll be fine with that for now.
You'll be fine.
You can follow our Instagram at behindthecontent.pod and
Spotify, Behind the Content.
Spotify, Apple and YouTube. But yeah, we're really, I don't know, just this seems very normal for us now.
I know, it's nice. It's a nice part of the week to just come in and chat.
Yeah.
Debrief. It's good debrief.
It's good. I feel like I can just, like, we can talk about our experiences without
judgment.
Yeah.
Which is so important in the wedding space. I feel like sometimes it can be so cutthroat and very judgy. And there's no reason for it. Like, there's enough out there for everyone.
I think it's just like being transparent about things and experiences and
everyone fucks up.
how we fuck up. I think it just can make people feel a lot better about what they're going through, and that they're not alone, or that, you know, that thing has happened to you or us as well as a collective.
You're not the only one that it's happened to, very likely.
So yeah, and just trying to share some tips from our side of things as creators, and as a new space there's always going to be things that we're all trying to navigate. And whatever we kind of say, when I put this, I guess, as a disclaimer, like whatever we say on the podcast, like, we don't mean it with any maliciousness or ill intent in any way, shape or form.
And if you know us, you just know that that's a fact, because I don't think I've ever gone out of my way to hurt someone. I don't think Lex is anything like that either. So it's just,
our intention is education and information, and just showing different perspectives, I think, as well, and being able to talk about what other people are feeling, not just from a creative perspective, but from other industry experts and people in the industry, and from couple, you know, experiences as well. And as someone, you know, that's planning my wedding, someone like you that has planned a wedding and is married, we can provide different perspectives on a lot of different topics. So I think it's really important to take everything we say with a pinch of salt. Form your own opinions. Yeah, of course. And we're just gonna put things out there, and facts are facts, and things happen that happens, and experiences are experiences, right? So they're always facts. facts. But experiences are always going to be from that person's perspective, or from that person's experience of the experience, if that makes sense. But it's just going to be what it is, and the road is bumpy, but we're here for the ride. And we're just trying to keep it fresh and airy and real, and good times. Woohoo! Cheer pumps. Kieran from Rexville. Woohoo! I love him. So good. If anyone knows, Rexville's the best. We love them. Is a classic. You got to brace yourself for a woohoo from Kieran. because
It's loud.
you won't see it coming.
No, you will not see it coming.
Yeah, good times. Cool. Thank you guys so much for listening to our episode. Next episode is going to be a webcam interview with, so this is going to look a little different obviously too, so it's going to be a webcam interview with Alexis from Lovers in the Air Co.
Beautiful soul.
She's so cool. We can't wait to share more about her experience as a Vegas content creator and what
Vegas,
that looks
baby.
like. Yes.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So weird
Except
that
for
Robbie...
herpes.
Yeah.
That shit will come with you.
Robbie does not have herpes. Their conversations
Okay.
collided at a very bad time. That did not happen. But...
Good to know. Good to know.
Did not happen. But yeah, it's very weird that he went to Las Vegas and then she popped into our
Yeah,
lives.
so strange. But is it?
Is it?
The universe is always watching,
Yeah.
listening. Cool. So yeah, can't wait for you guys to hear that one. But yeah, if you've got anything else in the meantime, please let us know. We're so keen. We love that you're listening and loving the podcast. Give us 5 stars. And we will see you on the next episode. Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.